Welcome back to our little farmhouse. Today I'm going to be tackling our boys' bedroom. We have two boys ages 9 and 5, and we try to teach them to be tidy and to pick up after themselves, but every once in a while their room just needs a good mommy clean, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. So this is the current state of the boys' room right now. We have a drawer out. We have things that haven't been put away. And then we need to wash bedding. And I don't know, one of my sons rigged up a little bell system here. And just things that need to be tidied and organized. Some barbells out there. This is in a little bit sad state. So I try to wash all of the bedding once a week, and now that we are going through the boys' room with a deep cleaning, I'm going to strip all of their bedding and get it all freshened up. This is not a paid promotion, but my boys are using Betty's bedding, and I love Betty's, especially for boys, because they don't have to worry about getting sheets and blankets exactly smoothed out and to mommy's standards. They can just zip it up and it's done. There are two pieces that zip together. One is the bottom sheet and one is the top blanket. And I have the navy blue here in their bedroom. I never know what I'm going to find when I reach my hand in enclosed places. This time, thankfully, it was only papers, but one time it was bird wings in the pocket of my son's jeans. We have a 3-drawer dresser or chest for the boys, and in the top 2 drawers they each have their own drawer for pajamas, underclothes, socks, belts, folded t-shirts, and then in the bottom drawer is the quiet toys drawer, and by that I mean toys that do not make noise, that they can entertain themselves with quietly. We use these for church, for road trips, or other times when they need to play quietly. And with that, sometimes it gets a bit messy as Justice puts his quiet toys back in here, and I'm just going through to make sure that it is organized and nothing has gotten in here that shouldn't be in here, like all of those little orange balls that went to another game. And so this is a wonderful drawer, but they don't have access to it all the time, only when we are needing to be quiet. A lot of miscellaneous toys and craft items had accumulated on these shelves, and so I'm just taking everything off and making sure that it's mostly their books and some of Justice's trucks and cars on the bottom shelf, and then the pile in the middle I will go through and put some of those away. We rotate their toys, so we just keep out what they can keep up with. I wanted to share with you some of our favorite children's books. One of the things that I reorganized in here was their bookshelf, and we try to rotate their toys on a regular basis, but their books always stay because we have regular book times in the morning and in the evening, and a lot in between sometimes. So let me share with you a few of my favorites. It might not be the kids' favorites. Actually, I know it is, but they're my favorites too. Beginning with my youngest is 3, and recently I read this little golden book to her. It's called Baby Deer, and this was mine when I was a little girl, so it is very old. I'm looking for a copyright. 1962, and it has the sweetest little pictures in it, and I had it put away for a long time because I didn't want anything to happen to it, but it is fun now that she is a little bit older to read this with her, and sometimes we read this book 2 or 3 times a day. But if you have not seen the little golden books, I highly recommend them. I know that they still make them, and I'm sure you could find the older ones on eBay or places like that, maybe thrift stores. So I love the little golden books. Another one that we recently acquired, my sister bought this for the kids, and it's called The Brambly Hedge by Jill Barklam, and it also has amazing pictures in it. Let me just show you some of the detail in these pictures. And this is a collection, but just so cute. And this is one that you could read with your children and do a little story time with them before bed, or if you're having a quiet time. And right now it's supposed to be quiet time, but I hear some noise going on in there. And then the last one that I wanted to tell you about are these value tale stories, and it is also a collection. It's actually biographies of different individuals. This one is the story of the Wright brothers, and so my oldest son, who is 9, loves to read these stories, and he can go through several of these at a time, but they help build character and promote good values. And so this collection right here was my husband's when he was young, and I had never seen them before, so I was excited to inherit these for our children. And like I said, right now our oldest is loving them, but we will keep them and continue to use them. And recently I was in an antique store and I came across a set of 20 of them in immaculate condition. And so I know that they're still out there, and you might have to do some hunting, but you can definitely still find them. So that's just a few of our favorites, and wanted to share those with you. Here I am just going over the furniture with a good cleaning, getting all of the dust off in between the crooks and crannies. Okay, let's see what's in here. A lot of stuff that's not supposed to be in here. Lego guy, tie, Play-Doh, more ties, car, golf balls, some some sort of invention. Telescope. Okay, got some more cleaning out to do. I love the idea of the container method, and I implement that a lot with my kids' toys. So in this little vintage suitcase, we have all of our Schleck, I think that's how you pronounce it, animals. My husband started this collection when our first son was born, and you can see there he even put our brand on one of the cows. And they love to play barn and farm with these animals. But our collection has grown quite a bit. Here's Justice's special box that his papa made for him. And it is supposed to hold all of his keepsakes, special birthday cards, and it has become just it has a few special things. There's a birthday card, but pretty much just a toy chest. So I'm going to clean this out so that we can really put his special things in here. So with the special box idea, it helps me know how much that I can keep of my children's special things. I have a couple of children who are very sentimental, and of course everything is special to them, but it helps us decide what is the most important that we need to keep in this box, and then the other things we can enjoy for a time and then just let them go. They're not quite as important to us, and it helps in that decision making process, because once the box is full, then we have to decide if we want to switch things out, because that is all of the space that we're going to take up with it. So like I said, each one of my children has their own box that they will have forever, and we keep those in a separate place. Now Justice's was still in here because he just had his birthday and got his, but they are stored in a separate place. We use this DeWalt old toolbox to keep all of his little Hot Wheel cars in, and it looks like we may be getting full because he just got some more for his birthday, so might have to go through this and pick out his favorites. Now it's time to get the fresh bedding back on the beds. I like to use usually lavender on my dryer balls when I'm drying the bedding, and it gives it a relaxing scent. And so all fresh bedding ready to put back on. The two boys share this little half closet. All of my younger son's clothes are on the top, his hanging up clothes, and then his jackets and robe. His pants are folded in his drawer, and then my older son's jeans are folded here on the shelf, and then his hanging up clothes and school clothes hang here, as well as his jackets, and then shoes underneath. I didn't show it, but I took out the cowhide rug that we have in their bedroom to give it a good shaking and let it air out on the clothesline. And now I am vacuuming everything, and we are almost finished.